Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Saturday special. So, what are we going to do today? We are going to talk about the brands. You know what are brands? Very famous name for some things. For different things, we have different brands. Like for shoes, you have Action, you have Bata, you have Puma, Nike, Adidas, all these are called brands of shoes. For clothes, you have Woodlands, you have Levi's, you have Arrow, all these are called brands of different things. So, how are these brands created? Have you ever thought? Okay, I'll just tell you why do we need brands and how do we know the brands? How do we know the brands? Do we always say Puma or Nike? No. It can be different even. How do we remember them? We remember them by their taglines. Have you ever played a quiz of making out the taglines, of recognizing the taglines? Let's have one here. Who can tell me whose tagline is नए इंडिया का बाजार? नए इंडिया का बाजार इज बिग बाजार. कुछ मीठा हो जाए. Who says कुछ मीठा हो जाए? Cadbury's. And but after all that, we must be 100% sure about Dettol. And the lovely one, Fitter Boss. It's your dollar brand. Everybody watches TV, different programs, and these lines keep coming repeatedly. They are there on the TV and during the programs, and we keep, it's like a competition amongst the brothers sisters with your siblings. Hey, who guesses the name first? Anna? Who remembers the tagline? Put your best face forward. Didi does it. Didi uses it. It's Dove. Dove soap and shampoo. Oh yeah. Everybody's favorite these days is the online mega store. What is it? The online mega store is everyone wants things from there. Flipkart. Exactly. Now, so it's so easy to remember the brands with the taglines. And why do we create taglines? So that it helps you clicking the brands. And then people love to buy. They believe the tagline. Whatever the tagline is, no, they believe it. If somebody says kuch meetha ho jaye, you will never go for gulab jamun or rasagulla. You'll definitely say if it is kuch meetha ho jaye, it has to be Cadbury's Dairy Milk, है ना? Same way, I'll just tell you a very short and very interesting story about everybody uses computers. Everybody uses smartphones these days. And Apple computers and smartphones, who's not aware of? Everybody's aware of. Do you remember the logo of it? Who can think of Apple computers? What is the relation between apples and computers? There is a relation. And what is the logo? A bitten apple. An apple which somebody has bitten off, thoda sa taken one bite of it. So I just wonder why every apple has been bitten off. Then I realized ये तो logo है. Do you also think so at times? Anyway, jokes apart. You know who founded Apple Computers? Apple Computers were founded by Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. You know what happened one day? These were two very good friends. And when the computers had just started in the last of 20th century. Not very last of, like second half of 20th century, when the computers had just started. They were very expensive to buy. Everybody could, like, normally normal people, usual common people could not afford to buy computers. So these two friends, like Steve Wozniak, wanted to buy a computer, but he did not have so much money. So what he did, he collected things from here and there, whatever is needed in the computer. He collected things, thoda sa idhar se, thoda sa from there, thoda sa from there, and he assembled all of them, and it turned out to be a very cheap computer, very reasonable price pay. It turned, the computer started, and it could do all the functions. What he wanted from computers, it could do all the functions. So Steve Jobs was very happy with his friend's work, and he said, "Oh, yeah, that's something very great that he had done, and they should produce such more computers so that a lot of people in the world could buy them. If something is there, people should be able to buy it." So he wanted, like, he wanted almost everybody to be able to buy a computer. So he kept the price of the computer very low. Nowadays, so it is expensive, but because of the quality it gives. And, like, he thought something cheap that people could afford to buy. So he asked his friends to produce a lot of such computers. And why? Okay, that was one thing. His friend, then they started producing computers, and they named the computers as Apple computers. Why? Steve Jobs had just come back from from a farm where he was taking fruits diet. He was taking fruits diet. And he thought apple, the most common fruit is apple, which is eaten all over the world. And it is very good for health. It's very good for health and very easy. The name is very, because literally everybody says A for apple, A for apple. Everybody knows that. So he thought it's very easy to remember, and it's not frightening even. Kitna simple name है ना, apple. So the name is not frightening even. So he said, ऐसी name रखते हैं so that it's easy for people to remember. So he named his computers Apple computers. And since then, like, everybody knows how the company is growing, and we are buying Apple computers and Apple smartphones. Okay, that's one thing. Now I'll tell you another story, very sweet story, very chota sa, but another sweet story. And it's a real one, It's a real one. We are talking about brands, we are talking about products. कैसे बनता है सामान, कैसे people come up with new ideas and they start doing something very different. क्या हुआ, like, there's one cousin of mine, one distant cousin of mine, and, like, they were college going people. She and her friends, they all were in college. So wherever they used to go, any restaurant, any hotel, any eatery pay, so they used to feel कि people keep saying इधर घर जैसा खाना है, घर जैसा खाना है. And even the people who go out, they feel हमें घर जैसा खाना चाहिए in this restaurant. घर जैसा खाना कैसे? No, if you're going to a restaurant, you go with some more expectations, है ना? When you go to an eatery, you feel something new, something different should be there. So what my cousin did, like, when she did her college, she finished her college, she and her two friends, they started a restaurant, because ultimately they had to work, they had to earn money. So they started a restaurant, and they said, घर जैसा तो everybody does, we are going to do something better. So their tagline is better than homes. Their tagline is better than homes. Like, their food is better than home's food. Okay. And you know what have they named their restaurant? इतना they don't even make घर जैसा, because घर में what do mommy does, ये बेटा सिंपल खाना है, सिंपल खाना है ना. But what have they done? They keep it very hot and spicy. Ah, chat chat. People should be doing chat chat after eating the food. So what they have, they call it better than homes. And what have they named their restaurant as? Tongue ticklers. They call it tongue ticklers. And you know what happens when people eat that food? They keep their tongue gets tickled. So they called it restaurant. It's so famous. Now they've become very famous in the city and people are crazy about eating there. The city people are very crazy about eating in that restaurant and they really find it better than homes. So this is what I was trying to tell you. Okay, when we do something new, what should we do to become successful, famous, and of course successful in achieving our goal? Which qualities help us to be so? One thing, you should be observant. You should observe people. What do they want after all? What is available to them and what do they want beyond that? Second, you must realize their needs. Why should people come to you? After all, what should they get that they should come to you? When you start doing something new, you should be very innovative. You should have a lot of new ideas with you. Then only you will be producing something very different from the world. Then only people will be attracted towards you and your work. Even if it is writing a paragraph. Don't think I'm just talking about opening new shops or new restaurants. No, I'm talking about even writing a small paragraph in your notebooks. You should be very innovative. Think very differently. Something new. And you should be daring also. Daring means ready to take the risk. Okay, I'm putting something new forward and I'm sure people will accept it. Don't feel scared. Don't feel inconfident. What will happen if people don't accept my work? What will happen if teacher doesn't like my paragraph? No, don't worry. Be daring. Take risk. Put new things. Bring new things forward. Definitely people will like it. If not today, tomorrow. And what do we call this quality? Consistency. Be consistent in your efforts. Maybe you will fail once, or you will fail twice, or you will fail thrice. No problem. Even after 100 times, there are chances of being successful. आपका एक पैराग्राफ अच्छा नहीं है, सेकंड अच्छा नहीं है, third is not good, fourth is not good. Don't worry, keep doing. Be consistent in your effort. Your paragraph number 10 is going to impress everybody. The whole class will be impressed. Oh my God, what has the child written? Kitna lovely. So, that's one thing you should keep in mind. You should be observant. You should realize what is required of you. What are people's expectations? You should be innovative. Always thinking about. When you think a lot about something, then only you get new ideas. Just think about things so that you get new ideas. Daring, laga do, kar do. Don't be scared of doing new things. People will accept it one day. And consistent. Be consistent. Lage raho munna bhai. Watch, no? Everybody watched it. So just lage raho munna bhai, hai na? Now, what I have to ask you now, what I want you to do is, this is your lesson number 8, Learn to Lead. Lesson number 8, Learn to Lead. Page number 32. What you have to do is, you have to think of some facilities that you want in a school. Believe me, Just think of some facilities that you want in your school, and if we find them good, you're going to do this homework and send me. If we feel that your what facilities you have written are really good for school, we will introduce them. We'll start them in a school, okay? So you're going to give me three or four or two facilities that you want in a school. Like suppose you can say there should be a canteen which gives only nutritious food. Suppose somebody's mama is not well, or the mama has got up a little late, there has been no time to prepare food, at least the child can buy from the canteen and eat. So but canteen should sell only nutritious food, and that too with parents request and diary ki hanji, today I got up late, I did not get time, or I did not have things, so I am not able to give the tiffin to my child, so let him buy from the canteen. This can be one facility at the school. There should be a big playground, like we all like to play. Of course Chinar has a lot of big playgrounds, huge playgrounds are there, but many other schools don't have. There should be a big library with a lot of books in it. Who doesn't like to read books? Everybody likes, no? We all love to read books. कितना नया नया stories होता है. There's so much fun reading those stories. मेरे को तो बहुत मज़ा आता है reading new stories and new things. It's fun, you know. किसी भी अच्छा, you learn so much when you read. And then I believe children come from far off places even. So our school should have one hostel. There should be one hostel even. Chalo, this is my point of view, my perspective of like what I think of a school should have. You just write your own. You are going to write yours. After that, special features. आपके स्कूल में कैसा होना चाहिए? What should be the special features of your school? Like suppose you can say मेरे स्कूल के टीचर्स बहुत अप्रोचेबल होना चाहिए. My teachers should be it should be very easy for everybody to approach the teachers. Don't you think so? Teachers are the lifeline, the spine of the school. And like everybody should be able to bank on the spine. है ना? Without our spine, हम क्या करेंगे? Nothing. So the teachers are like the spine of the school. So everybody should be able to bank on them, approach them, make use of them. है ना? Then half an hour, ऐसा नहीं होगा? Don't you feel if there's a big library, there should be half an hour compulsory reading period? तभी तो children will read. Otherwise, only having a library is not enough. Making a big library is not enough unless there is time for the children to read. And I get one idea कि हम बच्चों को role play. The children should do some role play every day so that they can realize, they can understand the problems of different kinds of people. This is something very important, There are so many people who are leading miserable lives, those who are lacking something in their life. Or there are a lot of people who are role models for others. We can do their role play. We can imitate them. So that we can realize, we can understand, we learn so much from these role plays. How those people are leading their lives, what are they doing, how are they surviving, or what are the challenges that they face, and what can be the solutions to those challenges. This understanding, if we can have this understanding, I think we can be the best human being. We can be really human being. So you're going to do this homework on page number 32. And if you feel like doing more, just think of, ये compulsory नहीं है. First one is compulsory, second is optional. Suppose you grow up and you want to make two new things. You're asked to make two new things. What will you make? And what should be the tagline of your product? What could be the taglines of your products? And so we discussed two things today: brands, taglines, and making new things. So how do we relate them? We make new things, we give them a very attractive tagline so that people remember it. कितना मज़ा आता है. Imagine, होटल का नेम है मैंगो, clothes का नेम है मैंगो. Because mango is such a common fruit, no? Everybody loves it, so nobody will forget those brands. कुछ सोच के the person has kept the name mango. Okay, fine. So you're going to think of two products that you would you feel like making when you grow up, and उसका tagline क्या रखोगे? Just think of that and send me. Okay. So this was your Saturday special. We'll come up with something very new next Saturday. Till then, bye bye.